Right, so we're back with yet another video talking about wrestling YouTubers who disappeared off of the platform. I've done a video talking about this topic already. I would highly recommend checking out that video either before or after this one. And yeah, in the 10 plus years I've been doing wrestling content on YouTube, I've seen so many creators come and go from the community. And so I'm back once again to talk about some of those that you also may remember. Before we get into it though, a couple of quick updates from my last video. In that video, one of the people we mentioned was Susie Kennedy, the former presenter from WhatCulture Wrestling back in the day, and she left a comment on the video to let us know that she's doing well. You can check out the full comment, links down below. And also, I was informed by many of you in the comments that Wrestling Hub, one of the channels I mentioned that disappeared, is actually still doing YouTube, just on a different channel called Pro Wrestling Central. And I mean, after comparing the two's content, I think this is, yeah, probably him.
With CM Punk making his shocking return at Survivor Series War Games in Chicago, let's talk about some of the reasons why he's come back to WWE. With accusations, a departure, and more, this is Pro Wrestling Central. My name is John, and you're watching The Wrestling Report.
I'm not sure what the circumstances are why he departed Wrestling Hub and started a whole new channel, which is kind of doing more or less the same content as before. Yeah, it's an interesting one, but it's good to know that he's still on the platform. But anyway, that's some housekeeping from the last video. Like this video and subscribe to the channel if you are new. And let's get into some wrestling YouTubers that mysteriously vanished from the platform. So right off the bat, you're probably like, Tom, what the hell? This was meant to be about wrestling channels, and I'm seeing WhatCulture MMA on screen and now Fight Talk on screen. And well, there's an interesting story behind this channel, and that's because this Fight Talk channel that was originally called WhatCulture MMA was originally presented by none other than JOE HENDRY.
Hello and welcome once again to WhatCulture MMA. My name is the local hero JOE HENDRY, and sitting to my right is the one and only Tom Ransom.
No, I'm not joking. One of the main presenters of WhatCulture MMA was this lad on the left here, who is Tom Ransom. I've not heard of him before, but JOE HENDRY, who is a wrestler, a very popular wrestler nowadays, one of the most popular in the world nowadays, funnily enough, was a presenter on a WhatCulture MMA YouTube channel back in 2016 that never really took off the ground. WhatCulture MMA is just kind of like what you guessed. It's just WhatCulture's wrestling content, but talking about MMA instead, their wrestling formats. But in MMA, it's just so interesting that JOE HENDRY, of all people, was one of the presenters. This channel had a very sparse upload rate. I mean, just here you can see 9 years ago, and all it takes is 2 scrolls. And I'm at 6 years ago, and the entire channel's done. It didn't upload much content, it was very occasional content. And in 2019, Fight Talk was officially made the new name and branding of the channel. And I'm pretty sure this logo is just a WCPW logo being reused. So that's pretty funny, but yeah, WhatCulture MMA was a short-lived MMA channel from WhatCulture Wrestling with JOE Bloody HENDRY. Say his name and he appears. That JOE HENDRY. And next up is a channel that unfortunately doesn't exist anymore at all, so I don't know how much I can even say about this and much info I can give on this, but Reliving Wrestling, when it was around, was an awesome channel. So they started in 2019, and they would do these very high produced, high edited, and very well made documentary style videos about certain crazy wrestling storylines or backstage stories.
In 2012, bored WWE writers began jokingly referring to Natalya as Natalie Neidfart backstage, and coming up with new goofy names for her moves such as the sharpshooter. Shortly thereafter, this gimmick inexplicably found its way to television, and Natalya began a short-lived run as the farting diva.
They had about a dozen uploads on their channel, but around the time the pandemic hit, the channel was taken down due to copyright claims. I remember Reliving Wrestling had dealt with this before. They had videos taken down that they had to re-upload, but unfortunately now it was the entire channel getting taken down, and they unfortunately just had to take the L on this, and they never relaunched. Projects that re-upload his old videos still exist. You can still watch many of these great videos from Reliving Wrestling back in the day. And also found on the Squared Circle Reddit here, there's a full archive of literally every single one on archive.org, so there you go. Reliving Wrestling really brought something different to the wrestling YouTube scene at a time where it was really needed, and there's actually a lot more creators like Reliving Wrestling nowadays now that he's gone. But yeah, a lot of you need to remember the original guy who was doing these YouTube wrestling documentaries. They were very, very good, and I wish Reliving Wrestling was able to make a comeback. It's a shame that his channel got taken down. Next up is a WWE Games YouTuber you might recognize. That is none other than Tom Cushnie. Tom Cushnie is an OG of YouTube, as you can see here, with his first video being 13 years ago doing some FIFA 12 stuff. But of course, he would eventually get into the wrestling space and would really start growing a name being a wrestling games YouTuber. As you'll most likely remember Tom Cushnie from his WWE 2K content where he did the 100 Finishers series. You can see some big videos here like 25 ways to hit the RKO, 50 finishes through the Hell in a Cell roof, extreme moments. Tom Cushnie was one of the best WWE 2K channels around, but around 5 years ago he made the decision to step away from YouTube content creation full time, and he has done some uploads since then, but it's a very occasional upload rate. But honestly, huge shout outs to Tom Cushnie. Tom Cushnie was a guy that very early on in my channel gave me help and advice when he had no reason to do so or help me whatsoever. So huge big ups to Tom Cushnie, man. And yeah, this kind of content is stuff that will always be remembered, because content like this, the 50 finishes and stuff like that, is content that is still done to this day. And the final one to talk about is a very big name at one point in the wrestling scene, that being Will Power. Will Power's channel was created back in 2010, and he first came up in the wrestling scene, I believe around maybe 2014 to 2016, where he mostly did gaming stuff and reaction videos to WWE Top 10 videos and stuff like that.
Lita! My two favorite legendary divas in one ring, one video, ladies and gentlemen. She's going for it. She's going for it. Oh my goodness. Oh, no way, Trish. No way, Trish.
And yeah, he got big from his very over-the-top reactions and playing the algorithm game very well, it must be said. However, as the years went on, his channel would start to decline in numbers and his upload rate would start to lessen, and now all his content has been deleted other than a few videos of his in recent years and his music. But all his old wrestling content is gone. It seems as though he has stepped away from YouTube full time, which is a shame to see because this guy was really big for the time in the WWE community. Having 700k subs on a channel back in 2016 for wrestling content was pretty major, and he had some really big videos that popped off in the WWE community that are all just gone now. Oh, to be fair, one video that is still around that hasn't been deleted is the one time he hosted Drama Alert. Yes, he legit guest hosted Keemstar's Drama Alert back in 2017, and it was so cringe and so bad that Keemstar deleted it an hour after it was posted.
What is up, Drama Alert Nation? I'm your host, Alex. You thought you'd never see me here again now, didn't you? Didn't you? No, I'm joking. I'm not Alex. I'm Willpower, okay? You may know me, or you probably don't know me because I'm not as poppin' as Drama Alert. Oh. But anyways, Keemstar couldn't make it today, so I'm filling in for him, but don't worry, okay? Because I'm not just any guest. No. I happen to be the first black guest on Drama Alert. And it feels so good.
I don't think you have any idea how fast I really am. I'm fast as fuck, boy. I'm fast as fuck, boy. Still fast as fuck, boy. Come get some. Do you have any idea how fast I am?
Legendary content, but as for our guy Will Power, when there's a will, there's a way, and that way was out of the YouTube wrestling bubble. Yeah, that's about all I can think of to talk about wrestling YouTubers that disappeared. There's definitely more that we can talk about, of course. I know you'll leave some in the comments below. Please do that, because we're going to do more future videos like these. I really love doing videos like this. We talked about WhatCulture MMA, Reliving Wrestling, Tom Cushnie, and Will Power in today's video. And like I said, if you can think of any more, then comment them down below. Like this video if you did enjoy it, and subscribe with notifications on so you never miss a video. I love doing these videos, walking down memory lane, talking about wrestling YouTubers in this community that I love and I've been in for so long now. And I'll see you in the next one of these, because I definitely will do a third one. That will maybe be the final one. See you then, goodbye, and keep on rolling.